There's no way around it. If you're in the music business, the devil is coming to do this to you. Mm-hmm. There's no way around it.
Excuse me.
Everybody who act like they don't know, guilty. Guilty.
Basically, Diddy has been the devil for decades. And it's really only this year that everything's sort of coming to roost.
Back.
Puffy? You work with Puffy, right?
Yeah, I work with him. He flew me out to, Miami.
Yeah.
And,
Where you got Diddy party?
Yeah, nah, listen to me. This is real talk. When I went out there, Peas, it was cool. And I worked pretty quick. So he left for a little bit, then came back to the studio. I had the song done. Sometimes I feel like I'm lonely. He was like, oh, B, that's hard. Boo, boo, boo. I like, because he love Above the Law. He love NWA, cocaine. So he took me out. He said, we going out tonight, right? So I was like, oh, that's Puff Daddy.
Right, you went out with him.
Yeah, so we
ain't gonna judge yet. This story got an ending. Don't jump ahead. Go ahead, cocaine.
So I hop in the whip with him,
You hopped in the whip with him?
Yeah.
All right.
The brother pulled out no bull.
No! Okay, go ahead, my man. I'm fucking with you.
The brother pulled out these things, and it was these pills. It was an ashtray full of ecstasy. He said, you want one? I said, nah, man, I don't do that. I only smoke weed. So we go to this club, popping club, and we go to the first floor. It's cool. It's popping. Everybody's, hey, man, getting on, doing their thing, right? But then we go to like second floor, and it's kind of different. But then we go to the third floor, the upper room.
Not the third floor!
The upper room. Look, I look to the right. Man's kissed this man. Man's kissing. I looked at that puppy like, you cutting me head, huh?
The first woman to uncover the homo thugs. She talking about Diddy. That's what these down low bitches was called when Wendy first started talking about it in the 90s, the homo thug.
So you hear about stories of Diddy like shooting people, blowing up cars.
Yeah.
Is he this gangster that behind the scenes is that him? Or is that people
Shout out to Wendy Williams.
Been the devil for decades. And it's really only this year that everything's sort of coming to roost.
Fast forward real quick. Diddy ends up convicted under the Mann Act. 2 separate counts, not one. Not the trafficking charges, not the grape allegations, none of the extra stuff people were running with. 50 months behind bars, period. But listen to this. Now that this new Netflix documentary is out, the real question is how all of this footage even surfaced in the first place. It almost feels like someone opened the door and said, yeah, come on in, and everything spiraled from there.
What y'all doing? Just step aside and let me on in now.
Why you need him to do that? Why you can't just walk your big ass up in here without an invite, huh?
Enter the Netflix documentary, produced and creatively steered by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Now hold up, there's been non-stop chatter in the culture calling this man a sucker, a snitch, all that noisy talk. But let's be real, it's not like Diddy and Curtis Jackson haven't been at odds with each other for years on end. My friend, listen closely to this part. Enemies are just that, enemies, not friendly rivals. And when you decide to turn someone into your enemy, you'd better be sure they're not unhinged enough to take it all the way there. Because we all know 50 Cent does not have an off switch at all. So once he partnered up with Netflix, there really wasn't much Diddy could do besides send cease and desist letters and watch it play out.
Creative control of this production to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a longtime public adversary who has a personal vendetta against Diddy.
It was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things. Like even in an area where he chooses to date people who he knows previously dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating 2Pac.
Wow.
To add to it, but we had to cut it down so
for time.
So
if Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's gonna say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. So you'll see people saying that. I mean, he may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth.
This right here ends the clip saying Netflix so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece. Today's GMA teaser proves that Netflix relied on stolen footage. But this is a note from Diddy's legal team. And I do believe this is a part of the cease and desist effort that came out when this interview was released last week. It says, as Netflix and its CEO, Ted, well know, Mr. Combs has been amassing footage for decades, since he was 19 years old, to tell his own story in his own way.
But if you actually sit down and watch that documentary, you'll notice real quick that a lot of people clearly have smoked with Diddy. It comes off like he made a habit of just not paying folks. There's even an alleged story about someone working for him for years and only being owed $29,000, and somehow even that never came through. Now listen to this. One of the biggest things people don't understand about the music business is that a huge chunk of the artists you see, and just as many producers, aren't making any real money at all. They're broke, stressed, barely surviving. Fake gold, fake chains, leased cars, rented lifestyles, none of that stuff is actually theirs. And Diddy comes from that old school era where the executive was king, the label ran everything, and artists were treated like replaceable parts. It feels like he carried that mindset the entire way, because hold up, how else did 50 Cent get his hands on that camera footage? Well, I've got a theory. Plain and simple, people didn't get paid, so they sold the footage to whoever was cutting the biggest check. And here comes 50, smiling, grinning, cheesing, winning, scooping it up and putting it straight on Netflix. So why Netflix? It's actually pretty simple. He needed a platform with deep pockets and lawyers who don't scare easily. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team is stretched thin, running coast to coast, trying to fight this and fight that. And 50, he's laid back, laughing and cashing checks. And that's facts, Jack. Now, I'm not saying 50 is right for doing this. I'm not saying he's wrong either. What I am saying is that when you make enough enemies in this world, you open the door to something ugly. You invite it in, pull out a chair and let it sit down with you. It is what it is. And when you finally reach out for help, don't be surprised when nobody shows up. You feel me? This is Sean with an H, and I have zero relation to Shan Peets. Lord Lucifer, they're telling me I actually have to do some time. It was either you or the Epstein files. Now, Sean, we both know we can't afford to lose that many good white men. Y'all told me to go out there smiling, hugging babies, kissing hands, letting folks touch my arms in these stiff jackets. A few of them weirdos even hugged me, man. What more do y'all want from me? Oh, it's very simple, my child. Do absolutely nothing. Nothing? What, you mean nothing literally? Don't stress it, Sean. I just thought of a brilliant idea for a new foundation. We're gonna make a ridiculous amount of money. Now, Jimmy, can't you see I'm on the phone right now? My apologies, Sean. I'll call you back later.
It's been the devil for decades. And it's really only this year that everything's sort of coming to
Polite savages. Ladies and gentlemen of the polite savages, buckle up, because this next part is guaranteed to irritate feminists, modern thinkers, and plenty of women too. And anyone who can't tell right from wrong or wrong from right is definitely gonna feel some type of way. But here's the real talk. When karma spins the block, it doesn't tap you lightly, it smacks you dead in the face. Oops, right upside the head. And no, I'm not here to dogpile on Diddy. Truth be told, I think the government went way too hard on him. They overreached and basically locked him up for being a freak. But listen to this. Once you show even a hint of weakness, the snake starts slithering out. The sharks are already circling, and you, my friend, are swimming in dangerous waters, because eventually those debts come due with interest. Damn. Remember when you used to call me your Biggie Bear, man? That's above my pay grade. He doesn't need to know anything about that. Always love for you, my Puff Daddy.
And how can you build any type of relationship worth having with a Decepticon? I'm talking about business.
Yeah.
I'm talking about friendship. I'm talking about anything. We dodge the fact right here because we want to say a lot of other things. I watch people argue about, ain't nobody got no business saying this about that. Ain't nobody got no business saying, talking about a man when he down.
The only promise we can make is to give you the truth, the full truth, and nothing but the truth, from our point of view. And sometimes, that truth goes down real bitter. But listen to this. There comes a moment where you gotta stop complaining and take the medicine anyway. So at this point, there's nothing left to do but jump straight into it. You ready? Let's move.
To kick it, like we could just hang out. We gotta kick it. This is Paul. Okay. You're telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he's like, yo, why don't we go shopping or something? I mean, I pay for it. And I was like, what the f this just say? I got the f away from him because I was like, this tell me he taking me shopping. This is goes on. But there's a little fruit pop. It's a fruit pie. Trust me. You see these little weird ass pictures like that out there. You should sit out there accident pictures with me like kissing niggas. Like that doesn't happen by accident. Later you gonna find out a little shit I be saying. I'm trying to tell you the truth. But the truth, sometimes it hurts. Right. It hurts people and they don't want to hear that. But I'm trying to tell you, ask me, could he take me shopping? And I'm looking like, what the f is this? Just like, I want to take you shopping. I got a bankroll out this mother. I want to take you shopping. Why? Because when you walk around looking so much good, I'm going to feel, God damn it, that mother with me. But when they tell me you want to take me shopping, what the f is the matter with this nigga?
Wait, hold on. But where was this at? It was at the wedding.
I don't like talking about nobody when they down, but I'm just saying.
Talk about you being down. When we want to, we should know if you lost your ass-genity.
And made a career of slandering and defaming him. All right, come on, Diddy. We know 50 is 50, but did 50 make a career out of defaming you? Was Wangsta defaming you? Was all the production stuff? Because now 50 is getting more into directing and production and movies and documentaries and film.
Look, among grown men, disagreements happen. But listen to this. When a beef starts with somebody and it drags on for years and years, one side is never letting that smoke die. It doesn't matter whether you think you're right or wrong, because once someone has a real axe to grind, believe me, if the chance shows up, they will plant that blade square in your back. Hold up though, because there's one simple point people keep skipping past. This documentary had plenty of people speaking on Diddy, and it wasn't just 50 saying his piece. Kurt Burrows was on there saying he never ever got his proper credit or compensation from Bad Boy Entertainment, even though he was around from day one. And girl, let's not pretend there weren't other people tied into those freak-offs too. Absolutely. And now folks are suing Cassie Ventura, claiming she was a full-on Bonnie to his Clyde in all of this. I don't care what anybody in the comments has to say about that. You can type all day saying that the woman was a victim. That woman is not being framed as some helpless victim here. She was a young woman who grew up and leaned all the way into that freaky lifestyle, freaky-deaky, freak of the week energy. And here's the bottom line, so stay with me. She was moving in the shadows, ducking, dipping, and dodging. But now, even she's catching lawsuits from this whole situation.
So sick of all of y'all painting Cassie as such a pure victim. Is she a victim? Yes. She was a victim at one point, as we clearly saw, of DV. But she's not a pure victim. Cassie was involved in the transportation for prostitution. It's plain as day, guys. She wanted some of them. We saw the evidence. The jury saw it. She wanted some of the freak-offs. She picked out the escorts. And now, some of the escorts, they're fighting back. They said, that 30 million's looking kind of good right now.
It's a jury trial, so what I did was ask for the damages based on what the jury decided. Yeah, because when you file those type of charges and you ask for a jury demand, you can have the jury set the amount you want. And I'm hoping she just settles this so I don't have to embarrass her by bringing other male escorts to testify against her.
She needs to be held accountable, period. I'm honestly tired of all of y'all acting like Cassie is this flawless, untouched victim. Was she a victim? Yes, at one point she absolutely was, especially when it came to the DV we all clearly saw. But she's not some pure, innocent bystander. Cassie was involved in the transportation tied to prostitution. Listen to this. It's plain as day, y'all. She wanted parts of it. We saw the evidence. The jury saw it too. She wanted some of those freak-offs. She was the one picking out the escorts. And now, hold up, some of those same escorts are pushing back. They're basically saying, that $30 million is starting to look real nice right now. This is a jury trial, so what I did was ask for damages based on whatever the jury decides. Yeah, because when you file charges like this and demand a jury, the jury can literally set the number themselves. And honestly, I'm hoping she settles, because I don't want to have to embarrass her by bringing male escorts into court to testify against her in a civil case.